If you own one of these things, there's a lot of amazing tips and tricks and hidden features that this device has. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and break down all the cool tips and tricks, hidden features, and some cool things every owner that owns a Roku remote. Doesn't have to be the Ultra like I have right here. It could be the one that you have built into the TV or the little stream stick. If you have this, here are some amazing tips and tricks for your device. Let's begin. So let's get started with secret menu number 1. And this one's the one that keeps track of your CPU usage and troubleshoot problems too, in case your remote just acting funny. You want to make sure it's your remote that's broken, not your television. So this will be somewhat like a Street Fighter game where you have to do like combination codes with the remote. Let me lay it down for you, and I have it in the description down below in case you need the written text version as well to reference. To have access to this, press the home button on our remote 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fast forward once, press down on the arrow key, rewind once, down on the arrow key, and fast forward again. And then this menu will pop up. And from here you can monitor not just the temperature of your CPU, the voltage, the IP address, the remote stats, as well as the battery life of your Roku remote as well. But one of the cool ones I like to go ahead and share with you is the system operation menu. So from here you could do like a reboot of the system, reboot with backdoor networking, suspend the system, network menu, audio, as well as display menu. And then if you go down there, the RF remote menu, if you select this is good to know if you're having like troubleshoot problems with the remote. See your remote information, the pairing menu, the battery usage, and the alerts. But if we go into the remote info, so you have some amazing tools right here, including the pairing menu too. And if you get stuck with one of these menus, just tap on the home as well as the star key on your remote, and it'll take you back to the main page. But let's go ahead and launch that one more time because there's something else in here I'd like to show you. And that's the one down the IPS secret screen right here where it says view remote button presses. When you select this menu, you could test every single button on your remote to make sure it's not jammed. So you can actually continue pressing it. It will tell you how many times you pressed it, you hit it, including your Netflix button, your home, power, your side volume. So it's a great way to troubleshoot before you start replacing this remote. And to exit out of here one more time, you just press the home as well as the start key at the same time, and it'll take you back to this menu, this previous menu of this secret menu. And then on your IPv6 screen, this is where you could actually run like a speed test. You could toggle it on and off if it's causing you like internet connectivity issue if you're doing wireless. So if you know what you're doing, you could just toggle it on and off from here. But the speed test is probably the most useful one. And then for this next one is great if your spouse or anybody in the same room as you is sleeping and you want to be polite, you don't want to wake them up as you're enjoying your show. You could actually have AirPods or other Bluetooth headphones connected to your Roku device, and it's really easy to do so without having to go into the settings. To accomplish this, go into the App Store of your phone, Android or iPhone. It works the same exact way. Download the app. Here's the official one from Roku. It says official on the side. Open it, and when you open it, tap on the remote icon. Make sure you're both connected to the same Wi-Fi network, and simply hit remote. Your Roku will pop up, connect to the device. You could go ahead and put your AirPods on or any other over-ear or third-party Bluetooth headphones. It doesn't have to be Apple's. But as soon as it connects, I not only have remote access to my Roku, but I also have access to the keyboard. So instead of fiddling with the built-in keyboard on the Roku, I could use my physical smartphone keyboard, listen to a show or a movie, tap the headphone icon, and the audio is automatically transmitted from your Roku to the AirPods. This way, you can enjoy your show without having to wake up your partner. Now this next one is the channel menu, secret menu. So this one's kind of cool because this actually gives you the ability to easily just override the app to completely be deleted, as well as share with you the build number. So let me go ahead and share with you how to get access to this. So on my notes, you press the home button 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, and then you go up twice, 1, 2, and then left once, right once, left, right, left. And then there you go. We get the channel information screen right here. So all these apps are installed on your Roku, and some of these are actually first party. So let's say, for example, you're not subscribed to Hulu, you can monitor the version that it's using right now. So if it's causing buggy issues and stuff like that, you could go in here and determine if it's buggy or not. It's a lot quicker tapping on it here and just physically removing it. And then just click OK. And just like that, we actually removed it. So if you're experiencing your Roku being super slow in case you just download a ton of apps or you have a bunch of screensavers, just go in here, verify that you're deleting the right thing, and you could just immediately delete it. So nice little override power tool right here, especially if you download a lot of themes like there is. But if whatever reason the Roku is acting funny, it's just not cooperating, and you don't want to go on the back of your TV if it's mounted on a wall and unplug your stick or unplug the TV in general, the remote does give you the ability to do a reboot if the Roku itself is acting funny. And it's one of these shortcuts again. So press the home button 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go up once, rewind twice. So 1, 2. Fast forward 2 times. 1, 2. And then your screen will automatically go down like this, and it started to do the soft reboot. Just give it a minute or two and your Roku should be up and running. You should be perfectly fine. A lot safer in my opinion than having to manually unplug your device. Then real quick folks, if you've been enjoying this video so far, found this video informative and useful, if you could kindly take 2 seconds and hit that like button, that really does help out the channel, as that allows the channel to be powered by you guys, the viewers, which is why you'll see brand sponsorship segments taking like a minute or 2 off your time for like a VPN or something that you really don't need. Thanks to you guys, but just simply hitting a like button allows the channel to not have to rely on brands. So thank you so much for those that took the time on just hitting on a like button. Really does mean a lot. Let's carry on. Now this next one is a secret HDMI menu. So let me go ahead and share with you how to get access to this menu. So grab your Roku remote, tap the home button 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go down, and then left, and then up 3 times. And then boom, right here we have that HDMI secret menu. It's kind of funny how they're all labeled secret. So from here you can monitor and make sure that the Roku device, the streaming service that you're using, the streaming box if you have a little thingy, but if you're using the Ultra, it'll verify right here that yes, it does support 60 FPS, 30 FPS in both 4K, as well as other resolution settings as well. But if you go down here, you can enable the HDMI fast suspend, disabled automatic recovery, an input switch, as well as a TV input test. So if you like to override and disable the HDMI fast suspend, you could disable it from here. But right now, my Roku device is hooked up to a recording box, so it's not going to allow me to show you the example how the input switch works. But if you have other inputs, tap here and it'll automatically be switching and cycling through. Now this next one is a secret menu for your wireless. Now this next one is a wireless secret menu. This allows you to basically monitor your Wi-Fi connectivity stats and so much more. So let me go ahead and share with you how to get access to this first. So press the home button 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up once, down, up, down, up, down. And right here we are. Shows us the AP name, as well as the RSSI antenna. And you can monitor your logs from here too. But this is one of those settings that if you know type of thing. So if you're experiencing like Wi-Fi connectivity issues, you like to troubleshoot it or give your Roku like the best performance possible out of a wireless Wi-Fi network, this is the additional data and tools you need to know to really optimize your Wi-Fi settings. Now this next one is a secret menu. It's just called a secret menu. And to get access to this one, press the home button 5 times on your remote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then fast forward 3 times, 1, 2, 3. And then rewind 2 times, 1, 2. And here's that menu. From here, you could do a soft factory reset, a factory reset. You could run USB tests in case your USB devices are failing. You want to make sure it's the flash drive itself, not your Roku device. But right here where it says cycle streaming store server, before you had the ability to disable ads onto the Roku. Unfortunately, they removed it with the previous firmware update. So that's gone, unfortunately. But if you know what you're doing here, you can always just go in here and start adjusting certain things. But on software update, this is where you can also do a quick software update if you need to in case your Roku device isn't working. But from there, you'll see software update. Here, you can check for software updates and you can hit install now in case the default Roku setting app isn't working for you. But if you're having warranty issues, your serial number will actually be located right there. And if you're buying one of these Roku devices pre-owned or used, it will actually monitor like the lifespan of the Roku device. So actually will tell you how many hours it's been on, as you can see right here. This one's a baby, I'm still playing with it, but yeah, a lot of useful tool information right here for warranty claim, or if you're just buying used. Now there's a part 2 to the secret menu, and this one gives you additional tools as well. To get access to this, press the home button 5 times on your remote. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up 1, right, down, left, up. And here's that other menu. So this is the secret menu part 2 from the previous one, and this one gives you access to cycle image servers. So if you're a developer, this is where you go in and actually click on developer mode if you like to cycle between those type of image servers, as well as QA, as well as that one, which I don't know what it is. This is just one of those menus, if you know type of thing. But you go into log information. If you're having like log fail status and stuff like that, you can check some of the logs from here. This is just one of those bonuses if you're a developer. Speaking of developer, this final one is how you can enable developer mode on your Roku device. So if you're an app developer, like to install some apps, you can actually enable developer mode. It's pretty easy. So simply tap the home button 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. Up 2 times. 1, 2. Right, left, right, left, right, left. And then here we go. Here we are, developer mode. From here you have the IP that you will enter on your web browser, as well as the username to have access to it. And from there you can start integrating, installing like third-party or first-party apps that you developed into the Roku. By first-party, of course, I'm being sarcastic. It's just the app that you created. So you could do some crazy stuff on this thing, as it's very easy to unlock. Now, a really incredible built-in feature about the Roku is, let's say you're watching a show and you miss what they're talking about. If you replay the last 10 seconds, there's a feature that will automatically not only take you back 10 seconds, but captions will automatically go on. In order to get this feature to work, you have to manually enable it, which is really easy to do so. Simply just go into your Roku settings. In the setting page, go into accessibility. In accessibility, go down until you see captions mode. In here, go ahead and select on replay. And now the captions will automatically go off as you see go back 10 seconds. Let me go ahead and give you an example of how that looks like. So right here, let's say for example, you missed what they said. Hit the little replay button on your remote, replay it, and the captions will automatically go off. As you see right there, they're on. And then they will go away after like a minute or so. I think 45 seconds actually. Now, if you ever watch a movie or a TV show, you know sometimes the volume levels are kind of off, where explosions are really loud and then when they're talking it's very like whispery low. Roku has a built-in volume compressor. Now make sure the levels are always leveled so you don't have to adjust the audio on your TV to hear those small like quick conversations. In order to have access to this while you're watching the show or a movie, press the little star button on your remote, and then in here go into sound settings, and then go into customize sound mode, and then select leveling. In here, make sure it's enabled because by default, it's going to be turned off. All the audio waves in the video will be leveled, so you don't have to adjust the audio when they're having those small talk conversations. Now, the Rokus have a built-in bandwidth saver for data streaming to save data so you don't use up a lot of data on accident or go over your data cap with your ISP. There's a feature that you can actually enable this or disable this. By default, it's enabled, so it will actually turn off after the 4th hour. But if you're watching like ESPN or something like that, some type of sport event that's going on that's going to last more than 4 hours, you may want to turn this off. So by going into your Roku settings in the settings section, and then just go down into network, right here in the network, go ahead and go down until you find bandwidth saver. By default, it's, like I said, it will be turned on. Turn this off if you're watching something that's going to last longer than 4 hours. This way you can leave your TV on, especially if you have unlimited data. You can just watch your World Cup series right here without having your Roku turn it off, and then you manually have to turn it back on. Then your Roku has access to a secret menu, and to get access to this, you just follow this command press on your remote. Press the home button on your remote 5 times, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fast forward once, press down on the arrow key, rewind once, down on the arrow key, and fast forward again. And then this menu will pop up. And from here you can monitor not just the temperature of your CPU, the voltage, the IP address, the remote stats, as well as the battery life of your Roku remote as well. But one of the cool ones I like to go ahead and share with you is the system operation menu. So from here, you could do like a reboot of the system, reboot with backdoor networking, suspend the system, network menu, audio, as well as display menu. And then if you go down there, the RF remote menu, if you select this is good to know if you're having like troubleshoot problems with the remote. See your remote information, the pairing menu, the battery usage, and the alerts. But if we go into the remote info, so you have some amazing tools right here, including the pairing menu too. And if you get stuck with one of these menus, just tap on the home as well as the star key on your remote, and it'll take you back to the main page. But let's go ahead and launch that one more time because there's something else in here I'd like to show you. And that's the one down the IPS secret screen right here where it says view remote button presses. When you select this menu, you could test every single button on your remote to make sure it's not jammed. So you can actually continue pressing it. It will tell you how many times you pressed it, you hit it, including your Netflix button, your home, power, your side volume. So it's a great way to troubleshoot before you start replacing this remote. And to exit out of here one more time, you just press the home as well as the start key at the same time, and it'll take you back to this menu, this previous menu of this secret menu. And then on your IPv6 screen, this is where you could actually run like a speed test. You could toggle it on and off if it's causing you like internet connectivity issue if you're doing wireless. So if you know what you're doing, you could just toggle it on and off from here. But the speed test is probably the most useful one. And then lastly, if you have an Apple Watch, the Roku app is also on the Apple Watch. By clicking here, you have the ability to also control your Roku on your smartwatch. Aside from that, there we have it. Those are all the cool tips and tricks, hidden features, and some cool hacks you could do on your Roku device to really get the most out of your device, especially at home, giving you a nice clean layout. Thank you so much for watching.